Hello everyone. Hello, you're welcome to this training. I'm going to be teaching briefly about how to create a new page that you can use for a sales page, or you can just use for anything that you would like to do. But in this particular tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to create a sales page. I'll just show you how you can start so that you can always just use the knowledge here to create any page that you want to create. So the first thing you do is you come to your dashboard and you log in. When you get to your dashboard, you see different things over here, and then you click on pages. It will bring out all pages or add new. So I've already opened one page, so let's just title this tests. Now when you're done writing all of these things as a title, then you just go ahead and come over here, check all these settings if there are anything you want to do. This is discussion. Do you want to allow comment on that page? If you know it's a page where you just want to design, you don't want comment, then you don't have to click on this at all. So when we scroll back up, you can just publish it if you want. So right now it is published. It's updating currently. So that it is published, you want to create a sales page. Now depending on the kind of page builder that you are using, we have Elementor, we have Tribe Architects, we have Gutenberg, we have Diva, we have so many kinds of page builders that you can use, but I'm using Elementor here. And if you notice, we have something called Edit with Elementor. So I'm going to click on this. When you click on this, it's going to load the Elementor page for you. It's going to show you what it looks like, and that's where the real work is. So you come over to your dashboard, you click on all pages. It brings out all pages or add new. You click on add new, and then you put the title of the page, you publish it. So when you're done publishing it, then you come over to the design part by clicking on the page builder that you're using. But because I'm using Elementor, which is the common page builder that is being used now, you just click on edit with Elementor. If it was something else, it will show edit with Tribe Architect or whatever it is that you're using. So I'm waiting for the page to load. It takes a while to load sometimes, depends on your network, but this is almost loading. And so you're going to see the different things that you can do. We have three different ways that you can design your page. That's the interesting part of this stuff. Okay, so I'm waiting for the network to respond quickly. Okay, so amazing. So now this is it. Now if you notice, we have an header here that shows my logo and my header. If you don't want these things to show, that place where we were creating that page, there's a place that, if you notice, I mentioned that you can do some customizing, like if you want comment and all. There's also a place where you can choose not to show the header. I will show you that very soon. I'll show you that. But so like right now, let's just act like we really want this to be here. So there are three different ways that you can create your sales page. Number one is that if you look at this left hand side here, we have so many kinds of widgets that you can use to design your page. So for instance, if you want to put an header, you just click on this header. So let me show you something. Before you put anything right in this part here, you click on this page. It says drag widget here. You can see drag widget here. An option is for you to add a new section yourself and begin to design, or you want to use already made templates, but this is the first one I'm teaching you. So when you click on it, do you want it to be just a one line thing you want to do, just like a single structure, or do you want it to be double? For instance, maybe you want to do a 2-column, or you want it to be 3 columns. For instance, if you're trying to design a page where you have services and you want to say number 1, 2, 3, is that how you want it to be? So these are the different ways. Or do you want it to be a column where there's a smaller part here, there's a bigger part here? Maybe you want to put a picture here, you want to put text here. Just depends on how you want it. But let's use a single structure here. So I've clicked on it, and this is it. Anything you click on it to bring out a box where you can edit it or just put what you want in it. So now let's go back to the widgets. This is the place you always come to. Now let's say we are putting an heading here. You drag it and drop. So it's called a drag and drop page builder. So you can see it. Then you can edit what you want here, like testing the way it works. Okay, so I haven't removed the previous one, right? So you can also come here and align it to the center. You can come to the style and you can choose to change this color to green. You can see it, or you put your color code here if you have one. You can also save your color code. When you put it here, it will show up in this place, and you can just click on this place to add it as one of the color codes that will be showing anytime. You can change the way it looks. That's the font. So let's say you want to use let's assume you want to use let's see. Okay, so you can see that we have Arial. So some people have their own fonts. You see how beautiful it's looking now, right? You can also increase the size. You can see that it's increasing. You can reduce it. You can also come to this place and say, oh, I want it to look lighter. So if you see, it looks lighter. So let me increase the size so that you can see what I'm doing well. Okay, so if you click on bold, it will make it very bold. You can see it. If you also increase the weight, 500, just depending on how you want it. You can also go to transform and say, oh, I want it to be capital letter, or I want it to be capitalized, which is the first letter should be, so depending on what you want. We have lowercase, we have normal, whatever it is that you want. The style also, do you want it to be italics, or you want it to be let's take this one. Okay, so let's make it normal, right? So decoration, do you want to have a line through it? Can you see it like a strike, or you want to underline it, or let's just leave it alone like that? So whatever you want to do, you can do it. So now let's continue. Now you want to create an hero, like an image. So this is it again. You just, depending on what you want. I'll just show you about 2 or 3 different things. So let's go back to this place, and this is an image. So you bring the image here, drag and drop it inside here, right? So okay, you see how big it is. You can choose to edit it also. You may say, oh, it's too big, I don't want it to be like this, and this is where you operate that. You just come here and choose another size of image if this one is too big for you. Or you can also come to this place. So there are 2 ways you can edit anything. You can edit it directly by clicking on this. You can see that it's showing edit image, or you come here and click on edit column itself, right? So let's say, let me check out something for you. So I'm trying to see if, so let's assume that you want to increase the size or reduce it. So right now it's 100. Okay, so that's like the full size of this. Okay, so let's go back to editing this image itself first. So you come here, you click on it, and then it comes to your library. So you can choose to upload a new media to your library, or you can, so you can see that I have different images here. So let's click on this one. Either you want to upload directly from your computer, or you want to drag it into it, or you want to just click on the ones that you already uploaded before. So you see it when it comes. Okay, now because I reduced it to 300, you see that it has reduced. If I decide to make it higher than this or lower or something, I can always do that, right? So now that we have testing the way it works, we have an image which can be anything. So let's come and test another kind of structure, which is 2-in-1 structure, right? So let's say we want to advertise the services that we have. But before that, if you want to, maybe you have already put something. Okay, you see that this image has really reduced to the size that I used. I think it's too small. Let's see what it's going to look like. Okay, I think this is better, right? Okay, so I had to upload it before it shows. So what if you want to put something before this image, or you want to put something before this particular one? and you know this thing is right here. So what you need to do is to just come over here, just over what the section that you want to use, and you just add section. You can see it now. You can just put the one you want to put over it, right? So you can choose to put something under it by clicking on this one here, or you come and click on this particular one. So let's say we want to put services and we want to put the title of, so let's take heading and drag it into so my cursor is kind of responding slow, but I'm sure you're getting the old gist. So now it's going to come up with, okay, you can see it here. So let's say our services, right? Then you align it to the middle. You can change the color. I already taught that. So now that we have two columns here, you know those columns where you would see icons and words or something. So you can always search. You can search and say icon box. You know, so this is an example of icon box. So if you put this here, can you see it? So you can change this. If you want to change this icon, you come here, icon library. You can see that we have different kinds of icons. So let's say you see this is somebody's face. So you insert this. You can see it. You can always okay, let me continue writing. So let's say content creation, right? You come here and say we help you write very well to fit your purpose, whatever, right? So you can choose to actually say, I want this thing to be more than 2 columns. So you just come and click on this place. This one here is if you want to edit what is inside here. Remember that I said there are 2 ways you can edit. You can either edit the content itself or the column. So let's say I want to duplicate this. You click on this, right click, you duplicate it. When you duplicate it, it's going to see we now have 3. So our services is now like, so remember that we still have a space here. So you just come back and you search for icon box again, whatever it is that you want to use. You can see it, so just drag it here. But you know, one of the beauty is, so let's assume you want to use a particular style. You don't want to start bringing these things here and be, you know, so if you notice, because of the style I've used here, this has duplicated. So you can choose to actually have 1 column and design how you want it to look like using the color and all those things, and then you start duplicating it into 2 or 3 so that you don't have to start designing all over again, right? So this is how you can add services and all of that. If you want to add testimonial also, you also come, you choose one, you search for testimonials. Sorry, you search for testimonials. You can see it. You bring it straight to whatever it is that it says. You can see it. But the issue here now is that this is limited because there's just one design of testimonial. So you put whatever you want to put, you put the picture, you put the name. So this is where we have the testimonial, the image, the name, the title, maybe the person is a coach, whatever. You can see that it's showing. But so this is how to do it from the scratch by yourself. And when you're done with it, you can always update. You update whatever you have done. When you finish updating it, how do you know what it looks like? How are you sure that this is looking very fine? You come here. So this space is representing preview changes. It's going to load another page showing you what it is that you have done. This other one is responsive mode. How does it look like on a tablet? Can you see that it's showing like a tablet now, right? Okay, now that's good. Okay, what if you want to look at, this is how we make corrections to what a mobile is looking like. Can you see that it's looking beautiful already? You know, it's just that we don't have the real stuff there yet. Okay, so now let's bring it back to desktop. So that's how you actually make different corrections to different media. So what if you made a mistake and you want to return back to what you did before? So let's assume I want to come back to when I added something and remove the new things. I won't do that now, but if you click on this, it will take you to where I made that addition. So if you remember, there was a time I duplicated this column here. It will bring me back to that time, but we're not doing that now. So let's preview the changes. Let's preview what we have done. So you see that it's showing test, which is the title of the page. It's showing preview. So this is like a preview of what you designed. This is what it's looking like, right? Okay, so this is it. Scrolling down, and you have a clue of whatever it is that you have designed, right? So let's go back. Now, what if you want to color the background of this place? You come here, edit section. Don't forget, you can either edit a section or you edit the content itself, or this particular section. So here you click here, it brings out whatever it is that is here. You can choose to increase. Can you see how it is changing? You see how it's changing? You are increasing the width of this particular stuff here. Then you want to put color in at the back, that's the background. So you can use this one or you can use this one. So let's say background overlay. Now there are two ways you can put colors. Either you choose a classic type, which is just going to be one kind of color, or you choose gradients where you want to mix two kinds of colors. So let's click on this one. You see that it's either you want to put an image at the back or you want to put a color. So let's use a color instead. So let's use yellow. Okay, can you see it? Okay, so that's color. If you choose gradient, you see that it's now showing two colors. So you can put another color. Can you see it? Or you put black, whatever it is, you can see the differences, right? Okay, so that's beautiful. Let's put red. Okay, so when you're done again, you save it. So now this is how you can actually put touches to the things you're doing. Now this is one way of designing. There's another way again. So what about if you don't want all these templates, you want a design one? That's where we come to the second way. The second way is, see, we have blocks, we have pages, we have my template. My template is if you decide to save a template and say, oh, you want to use it for another kind of page. I will show you how to do that. But if you look at this, we have some already made page. Do you get? Like, all you need to do is just insert it. So well, before I show you this one, let me show you blocks. So these are blocks. Because we've already designed something, I don't want to just, insert a new page on it. So let's go to blocks. Blocks they already have some. See, if you come here, if you come to this category, you see we have about, we have archive, we have call to action, we have clients, we have FAQ, we have footer, header, hero, portfolio, pricing, testimonials, single page. Okay, let me show you testimonial. So whatever it is that you're looking for, if I click on this testimonial now, it will come up with the different kinds of, can you see different testimonial? But now some of them are pro. So if you're on the pro version, you can use the pro. Now this is a slider. It's telling me to go pro. So let's look at the free ones that they have. So let's say we want to use this one. You just pick it and you insert it. It's supposed to preview, then you insert it, and when you insert, okay, so it's asking me to connect to my library. So just I just started using Elementor on this particular website, so it's going to take a new. So let's already, if I've designed your site, or maybe you just want to learn from me, it's either you've connected it already. So hi, I'm connecting to my library, so it's going to bring me back. Yeah, so now I have access to the free templates that are already there. Okay, is it a network? Okay, so this is a testimonial, right? So this is very easy. You don't have to start bringing blogs and bringing blogs. So you can just come here and say what our students are saying. You get it? You can say, oh, remember, you can always reduce this. You come to typography and you come and reduce the size. You see, you can change this color to red. Okay, then you come here and edit the, so because of time, you can always come here and put a new picture. Let me change this picture to someone else. So let's say this is one of my clients, so you can see it, and then you put the whatever she said. So this is the second way. Anything you want, you can just come there. Maybe you want a hero banner, those hero banners where this place is big and you can put something there, So let's remove this type now. Let me remove this one. And you remember that I said if you want to put something under or below, you can always come to where you want it to be, and I click on this place. I come and drag a new widget. Okay, so let's come and look for hero banner so that you know what it looks like. So let's click on hero. You see it. So this is like the face of a website, that first place that you can see. Okay, so you insert it. Now when you insert it, you can start editing it the way that you want. Okay, so look at this now. Just look at this. It's almost as if we're already making this website. So you can come here and put in the picture of your products or yourself. You can come here and then excuse me, you can also edit the buttons. You just put get started. You put the link to the stuff. If you want to put an icon, you go to the icon. If you feel like it's too small, you can make it medium or whatever you want. Right, so this is how you can create a sales page. Is either you start it from the scratch like I did, or you start using templates, right? So the last way I'm going to show you now is, let me remove everything that I've done so far. So I'm going to let's come down where we started from, right? Okay, editing started. Whoops, it's going to remove every single thing that I have done so far. Can you see it? So, and that's because I want to do the third type. Remember that I said the first one is that you start from the scratch by yourself. The second one is if you're using different blocks of templates, which you can even mix with the one that you're adding by yourself. But what if I want to add a page myself? That I don't want to stress myself with all these small things. Let me just have a page and I can remove what I don't want and all. So we only have about 5 pages that you can use for free. Let's click on this one, depending on what you want to do. So we're going to insert this. Okay, you can preview it and be sure that it looks good, and when you feel like it looks good, you can just go ahead and insert the page. When you insert the page, it will load and you can now start removing or editing what you don't want from it. Okay, so it's taking some time to, but it's going to come up very soon. Now, if there are things that you feel like you did not, you need clarity on, but I did not mention it, you can always drop a comment, and I can always respond to you on how you should go about it. Okay, this is taking some time. It's loading. Okay, let's just wait a bit. So you can always ask questions. I'll show you how to remove or add or edit it. Then I'll also show you how to save this as a template if you want to continuously. So let's say it's a sales page and you like the design you did, you want to always use it for other sales pages, you can save this template. Okay, so perfect. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Sorry. So you can see that we have so many things that have been put there already. Okay, and then you can now start editing it the way you want. Okay, it's taking some time to load. Okay, so now what if you don't want this? What if you don't want this? This is a video, right? This is a video. What if I don't want this video? Just come here and remove whatever it is. You just come here. Okay, so it's taking some time to respond, but okay, so if I come here and okay, so I can delete this if I don't want a video, and but we still have the column. If you want to delete the column, you delete it from here, but if you want to change the content, you can click on that part and then you can just say, okay, it's an image that I want, I don't want a video. So you see it, If you want to change it to this side, so you can also say, okay, this is where I want it to be. So we have call to action here, we have the image here, you can edit the background, you know. So scroll up, you can edit this background and remove this picture at the back and change it to something else by coming to style. Okay, so this is it. You can put another image there. So if in between if you say, oh, I don't want this particular design here, you can just close it to close, right? If you now say, okay, oh, that's closed. So what if, oh, I want something else in between? You can come here, you can go back there and go and pick one of those blocks, or you create it by yourself, just like I taught you before. Now you can edit anything you want to edit. You just come here, like I said, you can always edit the content itself, or you can edit the column. If you want to edit something like this, also you edit it, it brings out the different and you put the link. You can change the color. Style is to change color, font, and all of that. This one is to change the content. Advanced is if you want to do some other things. Maybe you feel like, oh, this spacing is too much, and how you can start adjusting it here. Or you want to animate anything, you come to motion effects and you say, okay, you want this thing to fade in. So you see the way it faded in just now, this one. Okay, so what if you're done, you like everything, you've done what you want to do, and you want to save this template? You update what you've done first. When you update this particular page here that was used to, you know, preview the other time, it will load. When you are done updating this place, this one will load, and can you see that it's loading? It's responding to your new updates. So if you want to save this template, you just come here, save options, this particular place, you just save it as a template. When you save it as template, you can say test template, right? Put test and then you save it, but I don't want to save it. So if you save it, for instance, and you want to have access to it in another page, I will show you how to do that now. So let's say that this is a fresh page, for instance. I don't want to delete everything we've done. You can come here. Remember that this is where we have so we have blocks, which you already know. These are pages which you've already seen. Now this is where my template that I saved would be, right? Okay, so you just come here and don't mind the way the cursor is responding slowly. Okay, so these are the things I've saved before. So you just come there, you just insert it. If you want to preview it first, you preview it and then you insert it. So anything you're saving will always come there. Now that's the end of this tutorial. I promise to show you how can you make sure that that header is not showing. So you go to exit to dashboard. When you exit to dashboard, it's going to load and show you where you started from itself before you started using Elementor. So I'll just briefly show you so that it won't look as if you're confused looking for how do I remove the header excuse me, and all that. So like I said before, if there are things that you did not get, that you feel like, oh, I really prefer to have gotten it, you can just ask me the question in the comment and I'm going to respond to you on what you should do, because I really cannot cover everything that you should do, right? Okay, so this is back to the WordPress editor. So this is where you scroll down here. Okay, so now you disable the primary header and then you update it. So the moment you do that, anything you want to disable, you can just come and disable it. The moment you disable this, it will so let's go here now and let's load this page. So it's loading. So when it loads now, you see that this header is no longer showing. So it's going to look like a page on its own. So maybe you want to advertise your book, you want to advertise a class, a course, a webinar, a product, you know, blah blah blah. So this is just what it looks like. You can see that the header is no longer showing, right? So this is it. So that's just how to create a sales page and all of that. I hope that you learned one or two things. I would also create other kinds of tutorials so that you can learn how to maybe post a blog post or create a course and all. If there are other things you really like to learn about, please do let me know so that I can create other tutorials around it. Thank you so much for watching.